I think we've already shown off all the animations anyway, right?
Yeah, Jake looks at his watch, Rachel, like, taps her foot, Cassie just sort of swings back and forth, and Marco does a butt dance.
Man, only Marco's actually works for his character.
Yeah, well, Jake's is boring because Jake is boring, and Cassie's is just nothing because Cassie's character doesn't really come out at all in this kind of game. She's not an action character.
Rachel should do a flip.
How did how did a fucking Ged just beat up a rhino?
You want to know the best part of that? You can see their life in the upper right-hand corner. That Ged had only one hit on him in this entire, like, thing. You only touched him once. You hit the other one plenty of times, but you only hit him once.
I'm doing better.
There
sorta.
You go. You still lost a life to them.
This is still easier than with the tiger, because I can just run straight at them.
I guess. I'm kind of worried that you've kind of, like, explored certain pathways and they haven't given you any, like, hidden extra lives.
Yeah, well, they only did that a few times anyways.
Ugh. This whole area is just... I feel like this whole area has been awful so far.
It has. I mean... Okay, just remember that when we were in that forest with the super urgent music, I was dying, like, every, like, 2 minutes. So this is not so bad. In fact, that's why we don't have as much... That's why we don't have as much actual lives, is because so many were spent on that. Even though on, like, the first level, we were getting a jillion lives.
Well, you did that without taking a single hit, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, I'm learning from my mistakes, like an adult does while playing Animorphs. I'm just not gonna bother with these.
Yeah. You shouldn't bother with that sentence either.
I don't need that health.
Not really.
Wow.
Wow. How do you go around that one? Is it
I just needed to wait a little bit before I jumped. I jumped early.
Oh.
I'm jumping for safety at this point, just in case I hit the edge of a thing. I can also do this.
Yeah, that's what I said, like jump to the right.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was just me fucking up hard.
Yeah, you should be a little more careful.
I think part of my problem is that between the last recording and now, I've been playing a bunch of Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
And jumping in that game isn't necessarily good, it's just broken in a different way.
The controls are better for different reasons.
Yeah. It lags like you would not believe on my computer.
Oh, yeah.
And it's slippery, but it's a different kind of slippery. So I'm coming into this.
About this.
Did we? I don't
about
remember.
it lagging super hard on your computer. And
I don't remember if
Sonic.
we may have done that in a different series. It may have done that on Digimon Data Squad, so I figure I'll mention it here.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't remember.
I don't know. Why are there so many spikes and perilous, like, empty void pits in this zoo, by the way?
Because it's the natural habitat of, like, polar walruses.
Center is the next one, and then it should be right, and then I think it's left, center, and then center again. Yep.
Oh, you're good at this.
Right, left, center, center, right, left, center, center. Told you, it repeats. It's a really, really simple pattern, and it just kept repeating, and I kind of noticed it when I was watching it the last time you were doing that.
Ice physics can suck a dick.
Especially in this game where the controls are already awful.
Yeah.
This is an Infogrames game, right?
I think that's what we figured out, and that name is never attached to anything good, right?
No, yeah, Infogrames has a history of not particularly
They're not
good
games. They're Grames.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, I think Infogrames has completely changed their name now, so they're no longer Infogrames, they're Atari now.
Which is cheesy, but I don't think I'd trust modern-day Atari to make a good game either.
Well, modern-day Atari doesn't exist. That's the problem. Modern-day Atari, they went bankrupt at some point, I believe, in the 90s?
Probably.
They went completely bankrupt and had to sell off all of their properties and their IPs in their company's name. And Infogrames bought almost all of their properties, if not all of their properties. I'm not 100% sure. and then bought like the rights to the name and to everything else, and then changed their names from Infogrames to Atari, and they just became Atari.
So they basically tried to do what Microsoft did when they bought Rare. Was they thought it meant they got everything good out of Rare?
No, because Microsoft didn't change their names to Rare.
Well, I guess, but they were still trying to capitalize. Isn't that what happened? Like, I've only heard this story from you.
I mean, they did buy it thinking that they would own like a bunch of good stuff from Rare, and they did. They own everything.
Banjo-Kazooie, but they don't own Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, well, they don't own. Supposedly, according to some people, the reason that they bought Rare was because mostly they wanted Donkey Kong Country.
I hit that fucking branch.
No, you didn't. Clearly, you didn't.
I didn't hit its hitbox, but I hit its graphic.
No, if you had hit that branch, you wouldn't have gone straight through it.
Someday I'm gonna get you just for that. Like, someday on your deathbed, I will be there with a knife I will be there twisting a knife in your ass just because you said that. Why do I keep doing this?
Because you're walking on the razor's edge. You're like very, very... You're playing with some, like, white-hot fire here.
And I'm winning for now.
It only makes it worse in the end.
Usually following the coins helps, which is nice.
I guess.
Usually.
Except the coins tell you to do things like jump through the plant mouths.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I was trying to turn, and the act of turning, I went too far.
Aww.
But I don't have to go through the entire thing again.
Yeah, it's only part of it. No, but Infogrames, completely different from Microsoft and Rare. Infogrames bought all of that stuff with the intention of becoming Atari, because nobody wanted Infogrames, and they knew that Infogrames did not put out particularly good games at that point. Like, I'm hard pressed to think of one, but I'm sure there's a good Infogrames game somewhere.
I don't know, maybe.
I can't think of any off the top.
I can't think of Infogrames games. This one, that's it. That's all I know.
But when you think of Atari, especially in the 90s, people would think of something that was really good, that they knew
in the
off
90s,
the top of the bat.
Not so much.
Well, I mean, it had better groundswell than Infogrames.
Yeah. But Atari kind of died in like 1984 or so. Like they really, like the crash was like by the 90s, not only was Atari no longer, look how menacing these wobbly lights are.
Yeah. Why doesn't he just stop him with his hand and then like walk around?
I think I accidentally jumped on it for a second, so maybe he could. But yeah, like Atari was out the window.
You're going to fight that fish or a fish.
And maybe. I don't have a morph.
Atari was out the window.
I fought the water.
And you lost.
Yeah. Atari was out the window by 85 when the NES came out. Like, no one gave a shit about Atari at that point. It was, like, dead. Their era of the game market was completely gone.
That's not true.
What did they release between 1985 and 1990?
Nothing, but they still had diehard fans.
Like, yeah, they still did things, but not, like, at the same level of... like people care.
I'm not saying that like that Atari themselves released anything. In fact, Atari did release some games on the NES, if I'm not mistaken. But if you guys want to see something really, really amazing, go out and look up chat logs from old internet. Like, we're not talking. I think you're supposed to go down. Maybe. Weird. Yeah. That's very unclear.
Yeah, it looked like God. I shouldn't do that.
No, it really looked like you should not have done that at all. Oh, Jesus.